it's Emelyne. So, stop. Connor's sitting on the sofa laughing at me. But anyway, so for this week's video, I'm going to be doing a vlog. Today we are going to be looking, this is actually really exciting. So today we're going to be looking at a house that possibly Connor and I could buy. You guys know we've been house hunting now for a while. We just haven't had any luck. And this house got reduced in price. So we're really excited to go look at it. And then if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I got the chance to go back to the house that I was born in, not like literally born in, but the house that I lived in until I was 5. And so many of you guys were asking if I vlogged it because you really wanted to see it, and I was like, why did I not think to vlog it? So I'm actually today getting the opportunity to go back to the house. So I'm gonna vlog it and show, I got winded. I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you the house, and it's really cool because there's still like my old measurements in the house, and there's just lots of like things that are still there from when I was little. But anyway, basically what ended up happening, why I didn't post a video last week was because we had a little bit of an incident, which I'm not gonna get into, but everyone is pretty much okay. But it kind of ended up taking the entire week up, which is like this week. So on Monday was my birthday, so we didn't actually really get to celebrate my birthday. But anyway, if you guys want to see our day today, then just keep watching. So we just made it to the first house that we are looking at. This is the only house we're looking at today, but then we have like my old house to look at. And so far it's like really cute from the outside. It's like everything I would want, I feel like, our house to look like. So this is like a front porch thing. The bathroom is very cute with this old tile. I like that a lot. I know some people are gonna hate it, but I think it's really cute. I think this little thing is cute in the stairs for like plants. Obviously like everything would be painted white and not brown. Oh my god, the carpet. Connor, look at the carpet.
Shag.
Oh my gosh, this carpet. The ceilings are super low. Alright, so this house is super cute. Like, it has tons of potential. I'm sure you guys looking at those clips are like, what the heck, this house is crazy. But we're kind of looking for a little bit of a fixer-upper. Something that's just a little bit cheaper. That way we can make it into our dream house rather than buying an expensive house that's not what we want and then having like no money to put into it. So this house would honestly be perfect. The price is perfect. Everything is perfect. I don't know if you guys can tell though, the ceilings are so low. Like, I can touch it and I'm only 5'4". Like, I can put my hand flat on the ceilings. They're super low and you kind of feel like you're like in a dollhouse when you go into each room. My mom's laughing downstairs. By the way, my dad is our real estate agent. I don't know if I mentioned that. He's a real estate agent, so he's the one helping us. My face, Connor, in this clip is like orange because the floors, the carpet and walls are all orange. But what do you think? If the ceilings were taller, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Connor's like, So anyway, the house next door to it is also for sale. And that one looked better online and we didn't realize it was right next door. So my dad went over to see if they'll let us go check out that house. So maybe we can get into that house and hopefully it's a little bit better, but so now I am in the house that I lived in since I was 5, and I'm just gonna like show you guys around a little bit. So this is the kitchen. I'm gonna flip you guys so you can see it better. But everything is super cute and I just love it in here. The layout of this house is so amazing. So many of you guys were saying that Connor and I should have bought this house. It was over our budget, but like we probably could have swung it and it would have been okay. But the only issue is that there's like no property here whatsoever and it's really far from Connor's job. So that's why we didn't buy it. But anyway, let's go upstairs. Connor and my dad are going in the attic. So this is the hallway. There's an organ upstairs, my dad's playing it. So this was my bedroom. This is still the original wallpaper from when I lived here. And like the lights are still here. And the chandelier, like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And this was my closet. I remember I had like all this Minnie and Mickey stuff in here because I was obsessed with Minnie Mouse still. Then this was my parents' room. Stair, hallway. We have this room, which was just a guest room, but you guys, this is so cool. All of my measurements are still here from when we lived here. It's insane. So this one says, Emmelyne's first steps alone. This was August 16th, 1994. The first time I jumped out of the crib was September 6th, 95. Let's see. This is when I cut my leg. This was 11/12/97. It's just so cool that they left all of this stuff here. This is the bathroom. There used to be a tub in here. This wasn't the original tile either. I love this house so much. And then out here was this big sun porch. Going to the basement. So I think I told you guys the story of when I fell through a glass table. So this is the basement where I fell through the glass table. It was right here. This is still the same carpet, Connor. Isn't that crazy? Okay, loves, so it is later on in the night and I just took off all my makeup. I have some comfy clothes on. So I just wanted to sit down and have like a heart-to-heart with you guys because there has been so much going on. I've been so overwhelmed and like freaking out a little bit. So I think one of the things that you guys like a lot about my channel is when I just like strip everything down and I'm just really real and honest with you guys, because most of the time you guys can relate with me, and I haven't done this in a while. And I'm not gonna lie, I filmed so many videos where I'm just sitting down and being honest with you guys, but then I just never post it because sometimes I feel like a lot of people just want to see like happy little pretty things instead of all this other stuff. But I'm posting this time. We're not deleting this. It's gonna go up. So I just wanted to first explain what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, how there was like a little incident, and then I'm gonna like get into all the other crazy stuff. So at the beginning of the video, I mentioned there was an incident that happened. Basically, I'm not gonna get into it because it's not like my thing to tell, but it was just like a random little freak accident with a family member. Like everybody's perfectly fine, but it did require like going to the hospital a few times. So it was just interesting timing because that week had already had so many things going on that I had to do. And I had to like drive Connor to a couple different places because he didn't have his car, and I had to like help him drop his car off because he was getting like a snowplow attached to it. So it was just really hectic between driving him everywhere for stuff and then helping out the family member. And it ended with the week Friday. I was at the hospital for 7.5 hours. So as you guys can imagine, it was just very like overwhelming for me. And by the end of last week, I was just starting to feel like really exhausted and kind of stressed out because I hadn't posted anything to YouTube and I really wanted to be posting, and it gets me really bothered when I don't upload because I feel like I'm being lazy, but I genuinely like was just not home. Like the entire week, I think I maybe was home, sleeping home like once that week. So it was just nuts. And speaking about YouTube, this is something, again, this is one of the videos I've like filmed a bunch of times but never posted, but I think I'm just gonna be real and honest with you guys about this. So the past like 2 years, I haven't been loving YouTube so much. I don't think that's a huge surprise. I think most YouTubers who've been doing it for a while are in the same boat of just not loving it because it's changed so much and it's just not really fun anymore. And I think more so the past year, I feel as though I've been really have been called to do something either with like children or like the elderly or animals. I know that that's a very like wide range of things, but I really enjoy like taking care of people and being a caregiver or like helping people and like doing things to make other people happy or just to like help others. So I've been really like trying to figure out like what could I do for work that would involve me helping others. And I know there's so many things, but I'm just having such a hard time like specifically figuring out what I would want to do. And I've done volunteer stuff before, like so don't get me wrong, like I love volunteer stuff and I would totally add that on to my list, but I'm trying to think more so like long term, like what could I do, or like is there something that I could start, like is there something I could start to do, or could I start to sell things and then have that money go towards like a specific charity, or could I start my own thing? Like I don't really know. I feel led for something along those lines, but I just can't quite figure it out yet. So if any of you guys have ideas or like job ideas, let me know. And also, by me saying this doesn't mean that I'm quitting YouTube. I'm totally sticking around and like gonna keep doing YouTube. I have so many things coming up that I want to like film and whatnot, but I think that for me, I'm just not being fulfilled anymore by YouTube. And when I help people, like that's when I feel the most fulfilled and like the most happy inside. Like I start to feel really joyful. Like it just genuinely makes me happy to help other people, and it makes me feel like just so good inside and so happy. I don't know. So that's kind of the other aspect of my life that's been going on. The next thing is the house hunting. We have been looking at so many houses, and the house that I showed you guys in this video obviously is a fixer-upper, and that's kind of what we want. We really would like to stay really under our budget and just get a fixer-upper so that we can make the house exactly our style, rather than buying an expensive house and then having to keep it as is. So we're really looking. The house that we looked at in this video definitely had potential. We figured that we could like raise the ceilings, because the ceilings were so low in the house, it was crazy. But we're just not sure if that's like the direction we want to go in, because that house was a lot of work. So the next thing that has been happening is the wedding. The wedding is so soon. I cannot believe it. It's so weird because, you know, Connor and I have been dating now for almost 9 years. The end of December, it'll be 9 years. So we've been thinking of getting married our entire relationship, but just to know it's actually happening in a few months is so mind-blowing. Like I don't even know how to feel. And it's honestly a little bit stressful because there's just so many things that we have to kind of like put together. We still don't have a honeymoon, and we keep going back and forth with like, do we really want to go on a honeymoon? Do we not? Should we stay in the States and just go to like Florida, or go to Charleston, or should we go to like Hawaii, or should we go on like an island extravagant like cruise? I don't know. Like we have so many different things that we're thinking. We really just want to like not spend a ton of money on a honeymoon. If we do go on one, we want to be like very cautious of the amount of money we spend, because we are trying to get a house. So we would rather put that money towards like a refrigerator, or like, you know what I mean, just like adulting kind of stuff. But I think that what's stressing me out a little bit with the wedding is that, like I said, it's going to be here in a few months, and we also started to realize that in like 2 to 3 months we're gonna have to start moving Connor in here. And I'm just like, how the heck are we gonna fit in this place? It's really not that big. I mean, it's 800 square feet, so it's a decent size here, but I just feel like everything is packed with my stuff, and I definitely can get rid of stuff, but I'm just like worried that it's gonna be hard to live here. So we have that little thing. The other thing I wanted to bring up is that a lot of people have been commenting recently that, I don't know why, but for some reason people are under the assumption that Connor is not allowing me to be girly anymore once we're married, which is so crazy. Because I've mentioned this is my last girly Christmas, and I've mentioned that once he moves in, I'm gonna change the style of things. But I think that what a lot of people don't understand is that because I like girly things, that doesn't mean that's the only thing that I like. So a little part of my heart is girly, and then a little part of my heart has like the style of like Joanna Gaines slash like minimalist style. So I think that people just assume that my whole heart is dedicated to being girly, when in fact that's not really how it is. Like, I'm so excited to switch up my style, and when I moved here I wanted to make it over the top girly because I was like, I'm only going to be living here by myself for a short period of time, so let's just make it really girly and fun. So I just wanted to address that super quick. Connor could care less if he moved into like an all pink house, but I genuinely do not want to live like in an all pink house anymore. Like, I'm ready to move on to like a new style, a more grown-up style. Like, it's just time, you know? So I just wanted to address that. And also, like, my videos aren't going to change. A lot of people think that like once I get married I'm gonna like turn completely opposite of girly and everything's gonna change, but I'm still gonna be me. It's just that like the house that we live in, whether it's here or a different house, it's not going to be all pink, but my office most likely will be. Another thing that I get a lot of questions about that I wanted to talk about super quick was the baby thing. So I feel like everyone, it's like a very common question that every YouTuber gets. It's like, when are you having babies? So this is something that Connor and I have always known. Like, we've always known we wanted to have kids right away. So we were always very certain that like right when we got married, we were gonna just try for kids right away. We, like, as of lately, are kind of like not really sure. So I would love if any of you guys had kids right when you got married. Let me know your experience, and if you guys waited a while, also let me know your experience. We really just don't know what we want to do. My sister waited until she was 30 to start having kids. I just turned 25, and I always said I wanted a kid at or by 26. So we still really want to have kids right away. But we also are starting to lean towards like maybe we should just see how life is first as a married couple, because we obviously have never lived together. So we want to just enjoy each other and be able to take advantage of finally like being able to go on vacations alone and doing all those like married couple things. So we kind of feel like we should just enjoy that before we rush into kids, but also like kids are God's greatest gift, so we just kind of want to start a family right away. So yeah, that's kind of how we feel about kids. We also don't know how easily we'll be able to get pregnant, because I am like 90% sure that I have endometriosis, and you can't be 100% sure if you have it unless you get the surgery, which basically you have to get cut open to see if you have it. And the doctor said that they don't want to do that to me, but they're like telling me they are like almost certain that I have it because I have all the symptoms of it. So with that, it is hard to get pregnant. So we're not really sure, like, even if, I don't know. So it kind of like weighs into it, because if we waited to get pregnant, obviously it might be a bad idea to wait longer. So I don't know, the baby thing is like all up in the air, but we would love to have a cute little MZ or Conzi running around this world. It would be so much fun, and I just feel like that is one of my life callings, is to be a mom. I feel like some women are meant to like be a career woman and to be really like into their careers. Like lots of YouTubers like always say they don't want to have kids because they don't want to mess up their career, where I just feel like I'm meant to be a mom, and I'm just so excited to be a mom and to just raise adorable little kids and teach them to be nice people in this world. So I don't know, I just feel like that's something that I have always been like really excited for, and it's what I've always been like called to do, is to be a mom. So we're gonna see how it goes. We'll obviously update you guys, and like I said, we would so appreciate any advice that you guys have. And I'm not looking for people to say like you're too young or like give, you know, rude advice, but just like genuine advice would be so greatly appreciated. This weekend, Connor and I do have our second premarital counseling, which I'm super excited about because the first one went so well, so I'm very excited for that. But next week will 100% be really fun. I have a special guest coming next week, so you guys can stay tuned for that. I'm sure you guys can guess every single year we do a fancy vintage sleepover for Christmas. So I'm sure you guys can guess who it is. So if you guys made it this far to the end of the video, congratulations for watching this super long video. But this was actually live footage of me getting the most exciting news ever. I was freaking out. So basically what happened was a few days after I filmed my little long chit chat thing, I got the most exciting news and I was clearly freaking out. And I still can't believe it, but I'm holding off on telling you guys just because I want to make sure that it fully goes through before I start announcing it, because I just don't want it to fall through and then I have to explain to you guys what was going on. But I am just so excited, and I would appreciate if you guys keep us in your prayers throughout this. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are all having an amazing week, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!